The Grandview Hotel was once a crown jewel of the Roaring Twenties, a place of velvet, gold, and jazz. Today, it is a skeleton of rot and rust, abandoned to the salt air and the silence. The power was cut in 1974, and the wiring has long since been stripped by scavengers. Yet, if you stand in the hallway outside the door of room 402, the silence is broken. Through the thick, peeling oak, the faint crackling hum of a radio drifts into the corridor. It shouldn't be possible. There are no wires, no batteries, and no guests. Only the static. If you're brave enough to enter, the sound becomes a physical weight against your chest. The Zenith radio on the nightstand isn't playing music. It's broadcasting a loop. For the first 20 seconds, it's a woman humming a soft, melodic lullaby, sweet, almost comforting, like a memory of home. But then the frequency shifts. The humming breaks into a ragged, desperate gasp. A woman's voice, distorted by decades of interference and phantom electricity, whispers a frantic plea. Is someone there? Please. The door won't open. The sun isn't coming up. The loop always ends the same way, with a sharp, strangled scream that cuts off into a violent wall of white noise. Over and over. A tragedy caught in a magnetic trap, playing for an audience of shadows. In the winter of 2021, paranormal researcher Julian Vane entered room 402, determined to debunk the ghost signal as a radio bleed over from a nearby tower. He sat in total silence for 3 hours, documenting the loop with high-fidelity equipment. But when he hit play to review his findings, the blood drained from his face. He didn't just hear the woman, he heard himself. On the recording, his own voice, clear, terrified, and distorted, was screaming for help from the speakers. But there was one problem. Julian hadn't started screaming yet. He was sitting in perfect silence, listening to a recording of his own future. The radio wasn't just broadcasting sound, it was leaking time. Julian tried to flee, but the brass handle of room 402 wouldn't turn. It felt like cold ice in his hand. He realized then the terrifying truth. The room doesn't trap spirits, it traps moments. It's a temporal sinkhole. As the static grew louder, the walls began to vibrate, the air growing thick and heavy like water. He described the sensation of the minutes stacking on top of him, crushing the breath from his lungs. He wasn't just trapped in a room, he was being compressed into the signal itself. To the search party outside, Julian was only gone for 10 minutes. But to Julian, he spent 3 agonizing weeks in the darkness of room 402 before the door finally gave way. Julian Vane never spoke again, but the signal from room 402 continues to broadcast into the void. It's a reminder that time isn't a straight line, it's a fabric that can fray. Tonight, listen closely to the white noise around you, the hum of your fan, the static on a dead channel, the hiss of a distant radio. If you hear a hiccup in the sound, a voice that sounds suspiciously like your own, don't listen. You might just find yourself caught in the loop. Like and follow Unseen for more mysteries, and tell us, what do you hear in the static?